Right guys, Mark Crossfield here with GolfOnline, and today we're talking fairway woods. How do you go about buying your fairway woods? I've got a selection of 3 here. There's so much for you out there to think about when it comes to equipment nowadays with so many manufacturers making different models. So where shall we start? The first thing I would always start with a fairway wood is look at what loft you think you need. Often what the student says to me, what loft they think they need, I add a few degrees, more cases than not, because when it comes to fairway woods, so certainly 3 woods, when people are trying to hit them from the deck, it's often pushing them to their very much kind of their limits. So on launch, spin and strike. So what happens by going lower loft, often they think that's going to make them hit the ball a bit further, but because the ball launches a little bit low, they do things often because the loft isn't enough to try and get the ball up in the air as well. What happens is they lose distance. So start with loft. Always try a little bit higher than you think rather than going lower. For most students that really helps. Next thing, size and shape of head. There are some heads when I put down by the ball that look smaller or bigger, and they make me feel like I'm going to get different trajectory of shots, higher and lower ones. Now if I've got a 3 wood that I feel is going to go too high, I might start doing things to make me hit it lower. That can create some poorer shots for me, and vice versa if I've got one that I feel is going to go too low. So sometimes the tall models can go a little bit too low for me. I start doing things to try and get them up in the air, and that adds spin to my shots, and then they just don't work in the wind, those kind of things. So think about loft, think about head shape. Also think about shaft length as well. You're going to get custom fit hopefully for your fairway wood, so you don't always have to go to standard length. I've put 5 wood shafts into 3 woods for some golfers, and it helps them control strike and then in turn hit the ball averagely a little bit further because they're hitting the middle of the club that little bit more. Now when it comes to design, like channels like you see on 2 of these, or all 3 of these clubs, changeable necks, speak with your fitter, test a little bit to see how much effect that will actually have on your game. You'll find with most of these channels and slots, most of these manufacturers are building to very similar tolerances. For me, the fairway wood's going to be gone on launch, which is going to be around that loft. It's going to be on looks, so the shape, the colours, how it looks down by the ball, could I hit that from the rough, am I going to hit that from the tee, those kind of things. And very much then feel on testing, and that is the big moral for you guys. Go and hit some, go and test them and see which ones feel the best. If you can get on a launch monitor and check distances with moving lofts around, so I've got changeable necks on all 3 of these that allow me to move the loft up and down. Often, like I said at the start, adding a bit more loft can average your distance out that little bit better. Let me know how you get on. Post comments down below as always. Thanks for watching.